Walter Nolen made his presence felt in his debut. Pure dominance from start to finish. Today, we're breaking down just how special his first game was to show you exactly why this performance has Arizona Cardinals fans excited. Let's dive into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So make sure you subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. We are also on the road to 19K as well. Cannot do it without you guys. So make sure you hit that red button down there and put your post notification bell on as well, just so you're aware when we drop the next video or when we go live. But today we are going to be diving into the Walter Nolen debut. And so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and look at a couple different stats. We ended up seeing Walter Nolen have 1 sack, 4 total tackles, and 2 tackles for loss. Had a very good debut as a rookie out of Ole Miss. Now, another thing that I do want to note as well, that there was some Cardinal fans, including myself, feeling a little deja vu with obviously how Darius Robinson's career has kind of blossomed into in already a year and a half into his career. Now, obviously, Darius Robinson was also hurt last year as well. We saw him in a small sample size of games after he came back of the re-aggravation of his calf injury. But Walter Nolen, I feel like, absolutely blown that out of the water in terms of what Walter Nolen did in his debut compared to Darius Robinson. And you can already tell, looking at the snap counts, Walter Nolen outsnapped Darius Robinson. Walter Nolen had 55% of the defensive snaps, equated to 37 defensive plays, and Darius Robinson was 36% of the defensive snaps and equated to 24 of the defensive plays on Monday Night Football. So you could already tell that the Cardinals are really excited about giving him the opportunity, maybe see or plan to see or expect some sort of uptick in production. I can definitely very well see that here for Walter Nolen. They didn't want to throw him in the fire and give him 60, 70% of the snaps. And that's usually what the defensive linemen, kind of average. Even our best defensive lineman in Josh Sweat, he's the one that has like 67% of the defensive snaps, because that's what this defense does. They love to rotate. They like to keep people fresh. And honestly, Walter Nolen looked really, really very, very good. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to go ahead and give a real quick disclaimer. I'm no football savant or anything like that. I just like to kind of break down what my favorite plays on film was, and you can go ahead and make your own, I guess, interpretation of how you like it, how you felt about it. But overall, man, such a really, really good debut from Walter Nolen. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the very first play that I want to bring up to your attention. Now, real quick shout out here to Sleeper, proud sponsors of the Easy Sports Fan throughout the entirety of the 2025 season. More on them a little later on. Now, you will notice that you have a couple different things overlays over the film. I'm trying to avoid Big Brother from noticing that I'm doing this because they don't like it very much. You will notice at the very top, you will see kind of it just describes the play to me, right, in terms of what we're going to be seeing, because it's just a compilation of different plays that we're seeing. You will also see Walter Nolen being marked, right, with that little black circle as well. That's what you're seeing right now on the screen. So I wanted to kind of give you a quick disclaimer before we get started. We're going to rewind a couple different times, like I said, to kind of avoid Big Brother. But let's get started. This very first play here is going to be tackle for loss. You do see right there Walter Nolen lined up. And just this play right off the rip, man, is absolutely amazing. Look at that, the swim move, right? Look how quick he got off that line, and look how quick he got in the backfield. That's Javonte Williams back there that is having a very, very good start to his Cowboy career, and he's already saying, good God, there he is. Boom, takes him down, and yeah, it's amazing, man. It's really cool. Like I said, we're not used to it as Cardinal fans. We're not used to it as Cardinal fans, but just how quick he got back there was absolutely amazing. All right, we're going to continue this. This is going to be another play that I want to break down here. It's just a kind of an interesting play because this is a Josh Sweat pressure, but Walter Nolen gets involved in this play. And this is kind of a perfect example of, like, just because you don't show up on the stat sheet doesn't mean that you're not an impact player on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays. And this is a perfect example. This is an interesting one because I see the offensive line for the Cowboys, and you do see Dak Prescott kind of make some adjustments at the line. They almost kind of shift on over to, I guess on their perspective is the right side, but on the screen it's going to be on the left. But it leaves Josh Sweat, which is kind of out here on the right-hand side, just completely wide open to kind of pressure Dak Prescott in order for him to kind of throw a really bad throw. So let's go and dive right into it. Here's Walter Nolen lining up. There he is. See, there's some couple different adjustments right there. And then there it is, more adjustments. Ball gets snapped. And notice this tackle here. He takes Walter Nolen, and look at Josh Sweat just completely wide open, a complete clear path to Dak Prescott back there. And that's wild to me. That's absolutely insane. So, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but you can tell, man, like the moment that you're watching more of this film, Dak Prescott was fully aware of who Walter Nolen was, and he was already wreaking havoc from the moment he started coming on the field. It was actually really cool to see. So let's go ahead and so this is the other angle of the tackle for loss, by the way. So the first tackle for loss that we saw, this is just the other angle for it, the back angle. So you're gonna see Walter Nolen right there. It almost kind of seems like the offensive lineman, like nobody got him. Like they just kind of went to one specific side and they didn't even realize, or maybe he was just that darn quick. Look at that. Just how fast he got back there to Devontae. It's amazing, man. It really is. It's amazing to see this young kid's talent right off the rip, and I love every second of it. Here's Walter Nolen lined up over here on the left-hand side of the screen. Oh, this is the spin move that I really like. So ball gets snapped. Looks like he's going to go on the inside of that guard, spins out, causes pressure, and allows Josh Sweat in the backfield back there to kind of do his thing. Because as you can tell, you do see Dak Prescott potentially wanting to kind of run out of this hole, but there was Walter Nolen right there. It's amazing, man. It really is. I really love what I've seen so far from him. All right, here's another pressure. You see him lined up. This angle is a little weird, but you have to really kind of keep your close eye on Walter Nolen right here. So he's lined up. I think I like the other angle on this one because obviously the graphic kind of gets in the way. So this is the exact same play, but just at a better angle. You see Walter Nolen lined up right there, and he makes this kind of shift on over kind of to like where the center is. Look at that. And he gets penetration. So he goes from so sorry, I'm trying to. So let's talk about the way you guys are looking at it. He starts on the right side, and then he shifts on over to the left, and how fast he gets back there because there's penetration right off the rip. So and not just that, right? Not just that. Let me just do a real quick rewind, and this is the reason why I like this angle a lot better than the other one. So you see Walter Nolen right here. So right there he is, right there. So ball gets snapped. There it causes pressure. He throws the ball really quickly, and I believe that's CeeDee Lamb. Look at that. So CeeDee Lamb is right here. Walter Nolen's right there, right behind number 73. So this is where CeeDee Lamb cuts back, I believe. And boom. You see that? He doesn't give up on a play. He doesn't give up on a play. He's right here. Check this out. CeeDee Lamb comes back. It's like, I'm going to go this way. No, you're not. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Okay. So this next play right here is just a real quick. It's nothing really special, but it just kind of shows the power, right? It might be a little leverage from that guard, maybe not getting the best of leverage on him, but you can kind of see him say, "Kind of get off me." It's kind of cool. Like just kind of has him go on the floor, and it's not the guard. I apologize. It's actually the tackle. Let me just kind of rewind that one more time without me talking. So, like I said, nothing really flashy on this one. Just the kind of power of kind of moving him off. It's kind of cool. It is what it is. All right, the next one is going to be very rarely did I see him over pursue. Sometimes loses a little leverage when he kind of shifts to one side. This is I guess the negative. Like I gotta throw something in there, right? Some critical thing. So this is the one critical that I've seen that maybe kind of an over pursue a little bit. He kind of lost his footing right there. Did a little bit. He tried to do a swim move or I guess some type of jump. Kind of lost leverage and kind of got pushed to the side right here. So like nothing too big of a deal. But also, the defensive line in general was absolutely just wreaking havoc on Dak Prescott. He did not know how to get comfortable back there. Like, it was very, very apparent. And I did notice when I was watching the film, there was a lot of double teams. A lot of double teams on a rookie is wild to me. But it just, like I said, it just kind of goes to show that, like, how dominant he was in his look at that. Just that's what they might have to do. That's what they might have to do on the rookie, man. Because like I said, his debut was really good. Now, yes, it's the Cowboys. I'm excited to see what he does against the Seahawks. But regardless, let us take our win. All right. Here's another play. And this is the play that I really do like as well. There's just smarts that goes along with deep being a defensive lineman. And one of them is obviously if you can't get back there quick enough, put your hands up, especially if you feel like it's going to be something that you can kind of bat down, right? So this is the bat down ball. Boom. It was going to go over to this play right here. I believe it's Pickens. Let me just do a real quick rewind while I'm not talking. Here it is again. So this is where he puts his hands up. Ball gets snapped. Boom. Plays dead. Going to Pickens. And there it is. Here's going to be another tackle for loss right here. You see Walter Nolen right there. This is going to be a run from Javonte Williams. Doesn't give up. Boom. Gets him. Tackle for loss. Javonte Williams couldn't get comfortable. Although on the stat sheet, he did pretty solid. He does average usually a touchdown a game, but the Cardinals did a really good job on their run game. All right, and this is going to be the end-all be-all, ladies and gentlemen, the sack of Walter Nolen. This is right here my favorite play, obviously, because it came down. But look how quick he comes off the line right here. Look how quick he comes off the line. Look at that. It's just there's just no hope, man. There's no hope. And look at this. Let me pause it right here. Look at so he's celebrating up there, and then look at Calais. He's proud of him, man. He's absolutely proud of him. You love to see it, man. A mentor that Calais Campbell is. You love to see this. You really do. How quick he got back there. And I guess that's not the last play. This is the last play right here. But I call this one motor. It's just because he's relentless, man. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up on a play. And this is what you want to see from a young guy, right? Don't give up on a play. You can't get there. No worries. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're good, right? That's what I really liked about Walter Nolen. Let me play that one more time. Like I said, he didn't get back there, but he was a cause as to another hole that Dak Prescott couldn't run out of, right? Look at that. Keep pushing. That's it. Don't give up, young man. Keep going. See? And there he is right there on the ground. So it doesn't matter, man. 73 kind of had him on a lock a little bit, so he kind of kept pushing. Some might say that might have been a holding call on the offensive line for the Cowboys, but it is what it is. I really did like what I've seen from Walter Nolen. I think he did a fantastic job. And I'm excited to see how his career is going to blossom. Let me go and do a real quick shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, the guys that are keeping the lights on, and that's going to be none other than Sleeper. The NFL season is here, which means you now have a chance to 100 times your cash on daily fantasy football. Pick on stats for stars like touchdowns, passing yards, and receiving yards, and fantasy points and more for up to 100 times the payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right, and you can win big. Use promo code AZSF, and you can get up to a $100 deposit match on your first initial deposit. Terms and conditions do apply, and you will also be provided another deal if you use my promo code AZSF. They'll just give you a free $20 to use on their app. No deposit needed. To make sure you check out Sleeper. Proud sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan throughout the entirety of the 2025 season. Appreciate them. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your overall thoughts here in the comments below of Walter Nolen's debut. Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals.